pattern that we've been seeing and the rhythm we've been in this week of very small numbers of cases across the country and total cases really in the teens and 20s all week appears to be continuing. We've got 5 new cases in New South Wales, 2 in Queensland. Both of the sources of infection there are known, which is a good thing, and 1 in Victoria. So 8 so far today, and what we've got now are the 3 biggest states. Many of the other states have been reporting 0 regularly in the last week or so. So another good sign that things are slowing down. Unfortunately, 1 new death, though, reported today out of Victoria. A person in their 60s has died overnight as well. So that takes the total death toll now to 75, with 33 in New South Wales. So still good signs, also still good signs, although very slow improvement in the number of serious infections. We now have 162 people being treated in hospital. That's down from 167 the day before and 170 the day before that. Very slow improvement there, but at least it's going in the right direction. Another reason for us to feel cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. And I noticed Gladys Berejiklian in her media conference this morning made a point of mentioning that the testing numbers were pretty high yesterday as well. So she was particularly happy with that. And so those testing numbers in Australia, a couple of days ago, they'd been up around the kind of like the 12,000, 13,000 mark. Is that continuing at the moment?
Yeah, I actually don't know if the new testing figures are in this chart, but you can see it has been a little bit up and down, right. But even in the downs in the last few days, we're still higher than where we were last week. We had really low numbers last week. And even though, you know, there's a bit of variability, we're still sort of trending in a general direction upwards. So there's no cause for major alarm there, I don't think. Yeah. In terms of the testing rate.
Yeah. Okay, let's turn to Singapore now. Early on, it was held up as an example of a country that was doing pretty well in terms of keeping control of the spread there. What's the latest on the situation in Singapore?
Well, Singapore was the gold standard for many countries as to how you can best handle outbreaks like this. They have a huge problem just this month. And as we know, that's been driven largely by crowded dorms, foreign workers, and there are hundreds of thousands of foreign workers in Singapore. The last number we have is 1,000 new cases in a day. I don't think this is slowing down at this point, or at least dropping. I think we can probably expect to see a couple more days of big numbers, but we'll wait and see what they look like, and we'll see if this big cluster has been contained to just these foreign workers, tens of thousands of which are now in a pretty severe isolation as Singapore tries to bring this under control. So that's a warning sign for many countries around the world, including Australia. I guess the one big difference between us and Singapore is we don't have that sort of source of ignition of hundreds of thousands of people living in really cramped quarters in that same sort of density. So that's one reason we can be a little bit optimistic that, you know, hopefully that kind of thing won't happen to us. But there's no, you know, it does show you how quickly one case can turn into thousands and thousands and thousands of them.